Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about temptation. And I do feel like this is possibly about you, possibly about a close friend or a partner, but I've been hearing that like real sound, or I'm sure they use it in shorts all the time too, that me and the devil like side by side or whatever. And what's weird is as I was pulling the first two cards for this reading, that song had already started playing in my head. And I was like, oh, it's just catchy. I probably just like saw something recently. But literally, I've been dancing to Nine Inch Nails for like probably the last hour doing my hair and makeup and all that shit. So I don't know if it really makes sense. It's just pop up for no reason. So this feels like somebody that you believe is like on the up and up or is a little bit more trustworthy is hiding a temptation that they've like. This could be a close friend that ends up confessing to you that they are cheating on someone. This could be like a sibling that ends up letting you know they've decided, they're, I don't know, giving up their marriage for some, I don't know. There's just like something that you're going to find out that somebody's been hiding from you for a long time. So let's go in spirit with a little bit of ring time. And that side by side for me really comes through with the Six of Spheres or Six of Pentacles from the Black Tarot. Normally, this is not how the Six of Pentacles is depicted. The fact that we have those two handprints, I mean, sometimes makes me think of Titanic, but this is like you're going to find out someone's a little bit deeper into something than maybe you expected. Hello, Bridgie Tata. How are you doing? Happy Saturday, everyone. If you would like a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box below the video, and below that email address, you can also find out how to become a member of the channel. Thank you to my current members. I love you guys. Let's dive in with the Pulp Tarot and see what the devil's up to. Or who this is. What else do we have? Eight of Swords and the Four of Swords. Yeah, this is like torture that someone has been going through alone. They don't want anybody to know. So I don't feel like I can tell anyone my secret. I don't feel like, it's safe for me to tell anyone. Either I feel like the secret is too damaging, or I feel like you might judge me. So we have somebody that is very well put together, this Queen of Wands, and it's becoming more and more clear that as they talk to you, that they've been very good at tidying up, making everything look like it's fine, but they've been like kind of suffering in silence. Hello, Redbeard. How are you doing? Hello, Laura. I like it. So we've got Death in the reverse, Knight of Pentacles, Three Cups. Yeah, I mean, I think I should probably just throw out a little bit of a trigger warning because I do feel like this is about infidelity. Like even in the beginning, like the intro, I was trying to think of another application and it just kept coming through as somebody who's stepping out, doesn't really want to be honest with anybody around them that, hey, I've made this decision. It's probably not the best one. But I did. And it's been going on. So we have the Knight of Pentacles. This is like the amount of time that this has been going on is definitely longer than several weeks. So I would say at least like 2 months. Hello, King. Please clarify who you're talking to, and also do not use all caps. Hello, Juliet. How are you doing? Welcome to my channel, but King, just so you know, I'm not afraid to block people. You can ask anybody. Oh, okay. You delete them yourself. That's helpful. Thank you. What else do we have? Page of Cups, Two of Wands in the reverse, and the Lovers. So there's an offer or someone, hit on this person, slid over the number. I don't know. Do people do that anymore? I don't know if that really happens. I think it's all like dating apps now. But we've got somebody who knows that they accepted an offer or pursued somebody and they shouldn't have. There's strong physical attraction, but I think it's also coming through as this is somebody who wanted to have a little bit of a secret. This is somebody who wanted to like spice things up, live a little is how they're phrasing it. Add something because they felt like they weren't satisfied with their current situation, whether that's a relationship or just like, I hate my job, so I guess I'll do this kind of thing. King of Cups in the reverse, Four of Cups, Ace of Wands. This is someone they rejected and then got back together with. So this example that's coming through is, was it Mr. Big on Sex and the City? They had multiple goes, right? Yo, you're like totally a waste of my time. Blocked. This is like probably that reaction that I just had. That's probably what this individual should have done. So the Queen of Wands is somebody who I think has probably got some pretty attractive qualities. They may be seen as very physically attractive, but for some of you, it's more like there's something unique or interesting about this person, and they feel like the relationship they currently have, it's like, I'm not feeling appreciated. I don't feel like you realize what you've got going. So I'm going to get that validation or that sense of worth from someone else. And I know I can get that from this person that I've known for a while. So perhaps even going back to an ex. This is the Voyage of the Soul. Thank you, Redbeard. What else do we have? Futuristic and breakthrough. Visions, innovative, crafty, plans, trendsetter. This is what I'm talking about. This person is not like a lot of other people, which is interesting because I would actually say that kind of aligns with Trent Reznor, having just told you I was listening to 9 Inch Nails. Definitely has this like genius element, right? But I don't really fit into your world. So I think we've got a really attractive, talented, probably artistic or innovative. Maybe even dresses a little bit strange. But this is someone who is working through some sort of project or process and feels, I don't know, like they've got writer's block, or they feel like they need like some sort of rejuvenation or activation. Like I need some sort of moment to help me identify what I want to do, the next couple of steps. How do I want to end my novel? How do I want to make this movie? Whatever. But they want to muse. Interesting. Okay, so this individual who is stepping out on a relationship and is probably quite attractive or maybe very successful, possibly artistic, and wants a little bit of inspiration, finds it with something they consider to be a very pure energy. This is making me a little uncomfortable because I do think that there's a reference in some way to like an age gap that's a little bit disrespectful. I haven't picked up anything as far as like straight up illegal, but let's just like remember what age consent starts at, right? I feel like this is more so about somebody who feels like they could get inspiration from a younger person who's also probably pretty attractive because they see the world differently. It's like I'm trying to write for a person that is less jaded. I'm trying to, create music for that person, or I'm trying to write a character like that. So I need to be around somebody that looks at the world differently than I do because me and the devil, right? So I've got to find some way to like understand somebody who sees the world differently than I do, somebody who is at a different part of their journey. Someone who's maybe going through a change, right? Discovering themselves. All right. We'll get a few from, this is the Earth and Bone Oracle. Y'all are funny. Hey, Matt, how are you doing? We have Beauty. Sorry, totally saw that wrong. Beast. That's funny. Beauty and the Beast, I guess. Number 33, conflict, competition, arguments, aggression, tension, and oppressors. And Cage, independence, freedom, revelation, release, reclaiming power. It's as if somebody wants to remember what it's like to look at the world the way they did, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. So they want to be around someone with a different perspective. So it doesn't even have to be that this is actually an age gap, because what was that? Also from Sex and the City, this is so weird. Samantha dated an older woman. But my recollection was that the older woman she dated was attractive to Samantha, and she was kind of like weirded out by it a little bit because of the like joie de vivre, or this ability to see things in a different way than most people. Samantha felt drawn to this woman for that reason. So there's I'm going to feel okay about breaking my vows because this person is helping me to see things in a different way after I've been, dealing with really contentious or angry energy. All right. This is the Tarot of the Nile. What else do we have? What's up? I don't really like your name. I'll just call you Mr. or Ms. Times. Is it Mr. Times? Hey, Lemonade. How's it going? That's fair, Redbeard. I think you might be actually mixing that up with Callista Flockhart. What was that show called? No, I can't remember. So much useless information up here, y'all. Three of Pentacles, High Priestess, and the Page of Cups again. Yeah, I think this is somebody who has some status, somebody who has some, connections. I feel like they're literally working on a scroll. I feel like somebody's working on a book, somebody's working on a movie or like a TV show, and it's like, I just need a muse. I need this person to inspire me. I need this person to help me remember what it was like to be, 22 or whatever. I say that because the High Priestess is number 2. But it's like, I can't do this on my own. My own perspective is too jaded, or, I see things completely different for most people. So I need that independent perception, that young and free kind of careless perspective. 9 of Pentacles, Fool in the reverse, Ace of Cups. Exactly. So we might have somebody that is just wanting to be around that energy, just wanting to like feel young. And this person has that energy, has that freedom. For some of you, I'm seeing this is somebody who is struggling because they have so many responsibilities, be it family, work, whatever. They just want to be around people who don't have as many responsibilities. Like, I just want to hear somebody not complain about their life, and you still like living and stuff. So let's talk. Yeah, that's yeah, no, that was not, what was that show called? This is driving me crazy. I'm about to just Google it. I don't have my phone on me. I used to refer to that show all the time because the thing that I liked about that show with Callista Flockhart and the Dancing Baby was that she would often have little like flashes in her mind of what she would do to people if society, like, rules didn't matter, like beating people up in her mind. Relatable. But yeah, it's a different show. I don't know. That seems sketchy. So we've got the 7 of Wands in the reverse and the 10 of Wands in the reverse. Oh, did I even mention the Queen of Swords in the world? I don't think I did. Queen of Swords is in the reverse. This is like an inability to understand a perspective. Queen of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, it could be like negative energy. I suppose that's like kind of like the jaded side, right? I've seen too much. I know too much. Because I've traveled, because I've, had my heart broken, because I've changed my opinion. Like, I can't give that same energy. But I've got to find someone who hasn't gone through that. I've got to understand that mindset of everything is new and fresh, and I trust people, and everything's going to go my way, and my dreams seem attainable. It's like I have a need to see things like that. Hierophant in the reverse, and Temperance, purity, innocence. Yeah. Maybe even some like reckless abandon, or I don't believe in these rules or the life script, or, I'm infallible, I'm unstoppable, that kind of thing. So I do feel like this is trying to get into the mindset of like college age. All right, let's get a few cards from the Fairy Lenormand. What else do we have? Ally McBeal. Yes, thank you. How did I miss that you said that? It's definitely Ally McBeal. So we have number 1, which is the Rider, R-I-D-E-R. Oh, My. And number 25, the ring. Yeah, this is somebody who's traveling or going to be at a distance from their partner. This is why they're feeling more comfortable to, I suppose, disrespect that relationship. But there is a message or some sort of notification that is concerning. I'm getting like someone has notifications for purchases on credit cards, or, someone's looking at the cell phone bill, the magnifying glass. There's a little bit of investigation, but more of it seems to just kind of like it falls in someone's lap. Like, hey, did you know this happened? This is the Gilded Reverie. Birds, number 12, and number 33, the key. Number 32, the moon. See, that's the thing, is there's some notification, or there's maybe even some chatter, people talking about it, like at the water cooler, about what somebody did at night. I don't know. We got somebody that like overheard some things. Oh, that's some strange music. That doesn't sound like music, actually. I don't know why I went for the Mickey Mouse voice, but whatever. Maybe it's a Disney movie. Shh, sorry. Okay. But we have somebody that is seen as well respected. With this man with a shirt, I do think we have maybe got somebody who's going to have a scandal that breaks. Oh no. This is the Rider-Waite. Hello, Famous Shameless. How are you doing? Did I say hello to Laura? If I did, you get 2 hellos. 7 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords in the reverse, and Death. Yeah. I keep trying to write this character, or I keep trying to understand what this person would do or why they did what they did. But the truth is, I've gone through too much. I've been in a negative mindset. I just can't really wrap my brain around that right now, or it's hard to unlearn certain lessons. You see things a certain way and you just see it that way. I'm too old for that shit kind of mentality, right? 10 of Wands in the reverse, Temperance in the reverse. Something is off, and the person who's in a relationship, probably a marriage, makes things worse by losing their temper or making like a mountain out of a molehill. This is an issue that starts to make the person who's getting cheated on feel like there is a problem here. Like, okay, so you're holding back, or you lied about what you were doing. You said this was going here and it wasn't, or you said you were going out with this friend and you weren't. There's some miscommunication or some evidence of tomfoolery, right? Okay, well, you lied about that, and what reason would you have for lying about it? Yeah, this is someone who says that they're working when they're not working, and that's why the suspicion starts that maybe you are stepping out, or you're hanging out with someone, you're not being honest with me. So now I have to question why the dishonesty. What are you trying to hide? Empress in the reverse. Three of Wands in the reverse. King of Cups. Yeah, this is a person who wanted to understand a mindset, wanted to get close to a different perception, or maybe even study like a subculture. But this ends up being kind of like an out of body experience. They forget who they really are. They just want to like breathe in this other energy. We may even have a little bit of obsession here. But Empress in the reverse, this is, I mean, the Empress can talk about mother energy. So this is more so saying, I want somebody who isn't really able to take care of themselves, that carefree energy, right? But we have an unexpected, oops, did I just fall in love with somebody? I was supposed to just be doing some research, or I was supposed to just like try to understand how this person views the world. And now I'm a little addicted to their energy. This is the Poe Tarot. Hey, Michael, how are you doing? You're welcome. What else? Words have no power to impress the mind without the exquisite horror of their reality. Queen of Quills, Queen of Swords, very perfect for this, because this is saying, I've tried to write this character, I've tried to understand how this person, views the world, and I just can't. So like, I need to understand the reality. What do they call it? Method acting, when somebody like really tries to like embody that character before they do, like they act that. We have the World. Is all that we see or seem but a dream within a dream? Honestly, this might be more of an actor. They're either writing or acting. And I do feel like it is a temptation for this person to be like a professional shapeshifter, because they lack a little bit of identity themselves. They like to morph into different things or understand different perspectives. I don't know if I remember the name of this song. Maybe it's Settle. I think the singer's name is Vera Blue, but she says something along the lines of, I don't know if I'm going to remember these lyrics. She takes a piece of what she likes from the people that she encounters and like makes it part of her personality, is how the lyrics, I mean, definitely not verbatim, but just kind of hinting that like, as I go through my life, I take a little bit of you, I take a little bit of you, and that's how I make who I am. This is somebody who doesn't really have an understanding of who they are. They just take from others. Personality appropriation. I don't know, like they feel like they have to understand a different type of mindset because it's not their own. And then it's like they become addicted to this different way of seeing the world. Karma, consequences, cause and effect, debts and curse, hex, witchcraft, negative mind. Ugh. Yo, this is the best plot twist I've had in a reading yet. This whole time, I don't know if you've noticed, I didn't really say who the devil is. In the beginning, I was talking about the devil in me and temptation and all of that. Yo, I think we have somebody who assumes that this person they want to understand who has a younger mindset is innocent, but they are not. Because this is their karma. They're getting obsessed with this person who has a different mindset or a younger, freer approach to life, thinking, oh, this is so fun and free. This person they assume or like ascribe pure attributes to is playing a game. And they're putting a spell on this person, hence the obsession. This is someone who has hidden that they've had a crush on this person or wanted to be like in this. Oh my goodness, this is interesting. Yeah, shocking, turmoil, trouble, unexpected. I thought I was the person, that was trouble. I'm jaded. I have all of these problematic thoughts, or I hate people, or I don't like, that I haven't reached my goals, or my dreams are dead, or whatever. They feel like they're the negative energy. They're reaching out for this younger energy, perhaps because they're trying to satisfy an acting role or they need to finish a book. And they feel like this younger person is pure. No, they are not. Clutching my pearls. Oh, they can act it. They might be able to teach this person how to act, though, because surprise, I'm the devil. Like, that's what, ooh, my lord. So all of a sudden we have, what was that movie, Fatal Attraction? We have someone realizing in one solitary moment, oh my gosh, that person is terrifying. We might have a love spell. We might have worse than that, but this is like clout chasing, or I'm going to use you, or I'm going to launch a career based off of a scandal with you, perhaps. Ooh. So whoever's, tempted to or has been stepping out on their relationship feels like they're in control, feels like they have found somebody who is this young, free spirit, nothing to worry about, everything is exciting, but they don't realize the dark cloud hanging over the head of this person. They've hidden it, made it seem like they are, more innocent or more carefree, but really they have hidden motives. They want to make this person fall in love. They want to get some, maybe even they want the scandal. It's like, hey, work for Kim K, work for me. I don't even know. I think they were in a relationship when that video was made, right? But this is like, no, I'm going to get you in trouble and I'll be famous because of it. And they don't see it coming. Oh, Lord, they do not. Not even a little bit. All right, this is the situations deck. What's up, Galaxy King? I'm proud of you. All right, what else do we have? Obsession. Oh my goodness. This is like Swim Fan, you guys. I'm going to get you obsessed with me. I'm going to get you to think that I'm more innocent than I actually am. You'll seek out more and more time, and then maybe you'll fall in love. And then I don't know, get some compromising pictures of us doing the dirty. And then bam, I'm famous. Because, hey, everybody, look what happened. Look what this person did. Oh, what's that? You want to interview me on national news? Of course. I'll tell you all about the little trip that we took together. I just, over and over again, I keep hearing that, me and the devil. Goodness. Yeah, this is not what they were expecting. You've got to be able to look more with your intuitive eyes, right? This is somebody who saw what they wanted to see, felt like they could get the inspiration they needed, or dare I say the pickle tickle, without any like actual consequences. Oh no, there are consequences here. Procrastination. I'm sorry, this card always makes me laugh because there's a ridiculous typo. It says the tickling of the clock, and I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be the ticking of the clock, but it lends itself to some other misunderstandings. It distracts me from the fact that my worst enemy hides in my mind. I don't understand the situation I've gotten myself into is actually quite precarious. I'm out here like, this is so great. Like I'm in a meadow of butterflies and flowers, but like, no, honey. You are dealing with somebody that has plans for you, and they are not good. They're going to potentially ruin this person's career, probably their relationship. We have Ghoul. In the shadows I dwell, feeding on what I can, not remembering when was the last time that life tasted well. This is the person who's getting that karma or those consequences. Imposter syndrome. In a room full of equals, I stand in doubt, a stranger in my own triumphs, shadows cast about. Some people are so wrapped up in their own world that they lose that desire or that need to understand what's going on around them. I loved the show Burn Notice. I could watch that over and over again. I've probably seen it like 4 times. I don't know. But it taught me how much I just kind of went through life and didn't really stop to smell the roses, if you will, or wasn't really that observant in terms of what was going on around me. That show taught me to be a little bit more observant. What can you pick up in terms of situational or, even just like audible things that can tell you when you need to GTFO? It's useful information. This person, they don't have that information. There's like this alarm going off like, dude, help me get out. This person's crazy. Have you never seen Swin Fan? Or what was the Beyonce one? I think it was literally just called Obsessed. Nope. They are so worried about how this project or this movie or this book is going to be received. They are, I'm not going to lie, a little bit like high on their own. We have a lot of people that have an interesting pairing of I'm a genius, I do amazing things, everybody loves me, and I hate myself, which is probably why I was listening to 9 Inch Nails. I don't know you personally, Trent Reznor, but I'm pretty sure there have been plenty of people that have said there's a little bit of like self-loathing narcissist energy there. Hello, Steven. How's it going? Hello, Rachel. Hello, John. How are you doing? This is somebody who is so wrapped up in their own like war with themselves. Like, I'm awesome. No, you're not. I'm awesome. No, you're not. That they don't really pay attention to what's going on around them. They just want to believe that this person is happy-go-lucky and nothing is wrong. And we have a cauldron. Yeah, there might be some bitches brew here. Is that Team Sleep or Deftones? I think it's Team Sleep. This is somebody who is plotting and scheming and dancing around a cauldron because they're about to cause some drama with the truth. I'm going to tell everybody what you did. Maybe even show them a few pictures. Be like, yeah, no, it really is that person. Yep. It is what you thought. Because they want to get famous. All right. Let's get a few from What's the News? Because this person wants to be in the news. Hello, Key Controller. How are you doing? What else do we have? High vibing. Good vibes, living to the fullest, enjoying the present. Somebody who might be a little bit full of themselves as far as how people view them, but probably has a little bit of that imposter syndrome, right? So we have squad, reconciliation, soul tribe, close friends. I think this individual has a close group of friends that they can be a little bit more themselves with, and that could be how they met this younger person who has placed a curse on them, placed a love spell on them. Yeah, see, I think we have some friends, not really friends, who make some like questionable decisions together, and they're like, hey, let me introduce you to this person. Yeah, what do you think? Not a good idea. Dirty money and paranoid, because somebody wants to make money off of a scandal. Yeah. And I think we have somebody that has, how do I say this? This person who introduced them or made it possible for the devil to meet the other devil. I think they had a suspicion that things would go this way. I think they were kind of like, yeah, I mean, you asked to meet somebody like this. Have fun. Yeah, no, this is going to go horribly. Have fun. Emphasis on the first syllable of horribly. Karmics, third parties, haters, lesson learned. For real, though. This is like, yeah, no, you said you wanted to meet somebody who was, younger. Here we go. Have fun. They just graduated college and you're like 50, but like, whatever. Lesson learned. I think we've got a lot of not nice people hanging out together in this reading. You might need to go take a shower. Hello, Kingly Eagle. How's it going? All right, I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. Remember, don't assume. You got to use that intuition. This person, they would not be in this mess if they actually use their discernment. All right, I love you guys. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes, and I will see you on the next reading. Toodles.